Hi guys, it's indeed my pleasure to have Soumya Mukherjee with me. Soumya is a dear friend, also somebody whom I have worked with in the past. Soumya is currently working with Apple. He's an engineering leader with 16 plus years of experience. In software development, he is designing distributed and scalable platforms, solutions, and architecture, and whatnot. Okay, I would say that he has designed automation, what do you call, keyword driven, and I would say without uh, uh,
Scriptless.
scriptless. Yes, he is right.
Mm.
Scriptless test automation tools, when the industry was not even talking about them. And
Yeah.
he's an automation guru to me. He's a tech evangelist. He is somebody whom I feel has always been an inspiration to me and many others in the communities that we are part of. So Soumya, it's my pleasure, and we are really glad to have you as our speaker in ATA GTR 2022. This is the seventh edition. And by the way, Soumya Mukherjee was the founder of Agile Testing Alliance. He
Mm.
actually started this conference way back when the first edition happened. Before
Yeah.
that, also he was part of few conferences with us. So, Soumya, over to you. We, request you to say a few more things and let people know more about you, if it's okay to ask.
Sure. Thanks, Adi, for introducing me. I think it's a great pleasure and honor, to be very frank, to associate with Agile Testing Alliance from day one, I would say. Uh, Way back when we were working immensely hard, right, on few of the things, of the initiatives, I think those are the best days that we have spent together. So overall, as you already know that I started my journey as a developer, and then I took a choice to move to QA. You were the one
I'm the
who
culprit.
actually
Yes.
you are the one who actually hired me in your view. To be very frank, I think to be very frank, I think what gave me it basically helped me to think another dimension on software development. When you actually switch roles and get to understand more things about it. So over the past 17 years, I've worked with many companies, and consulting is one of the forte that I would say that I have. How to basically stitch around solutions and immensely help our clients. Um, I think the first and the foremost thing that we started together was giving the customer or the client the right idea about the problem statement, and how did we need to basically stitch it together. We have been in this situation where um, some companies have given the codes as 3 months, but we said that okay, this can be done in 2 weeks, right? So actually
Very true.
we started an honest journey, I would say, in the business, and we wanted to support as many clients as we wanted to do that time. Um, yeah, and apart from that, I love working on open source. So far, stopped from last 1.5 years, 2 years now, because of variety of compliance issues and all of that. But I think uh, giving back to the community is one of the uh, thing that I always see, because this industry has given us a lot of things, and we started our career when there were no mentors, I would say.
Yeah.
So getting these kids to basically, I would say kids, because I'm also a kid to many folks, but I think give them the right perspective and mindset to get successful in this industry, because the industry has evolved so much. What we have seen when I started in 2005, and probably you have started 10 years back, right? This company, this industry has evolved.
Yeah.
So, so how to basically think now in the modern software day process, right? Was one of the key topics that I would be speaking in this GTR
Correct. So,
event.
thank you so much for giving us all that background. He has always been somebody who has motivated me. And currently, the topic is really interesting, guys. It is critical thinking for testers in modern day software engineering. Okay, so what Soumya just hinted about, I am going to ask him to speak a little bit more about it and let
Sure.
people know what the session is all about.
Sure. Okay, so we'll start with a typical waterfall model when we started working together, wherein the requirements would come first, and then we analyze, and then we design, and code and test. Right? Testing was actually the last cycle that people used to run, and then the shift has then happened during this 2010s or 28, or 2008 to 2010 to basically shift left, right? And what was the idea is to test early in the cycle. Uh, and I think, Kadi, I think when we started working together, I still remember that we were always was shifting left
Yeah,
by adding the QC methodologies, the ISO methodologies, wherein we used to identify document defects and all of that,
yeah, very true.
right? So we were actually shifting left, but I think this was more from the software side. So now 28, 2008, 2010, we're talking about shifting left. And now what people are saying that, okay, shift left is fine, but then shift more,
Yeah,
little left, right, and shift right, wherever possible. So that means that QA was started as a silo uh, work, and now it stretched itself to a little horizontal, and now it is completely horizontal. So starting from your code check-in till the deployment process or delivery process is being QA'd nowadays, right?
yeah,
So the idea here is to basically uh, give a mindset share that I wanted to do in this particular conference. That how do I think when I look into a problem, and what are the industry companies in the industry are expecting out of you now.
yeah,
They do not want you to be a functional expert or an automation expert or a performance expert. They want to be expert in all the fields, right?
yeah, yeah,
So when we started, people used to tell me that you are jack of all trades and master of one, right? You are jack of all trades but master of none.
yeah,
Now people are telling me that, oh, good that you are jack of all trades, because now you understand the entire context of starting from left to right, right?
yeah,
And that actually helps. And today, mastering one or two things are important, but more majorly the conference topic is to how to think and what the companies expect you to do these days. Right? So starting from how to be more proactive, how to be more intuitive, uh, how to basically help your clients to basically identify their problems, right? Uh, so how to basically go about looking at those aspects basically. So anybody can do automation, these days, right? Everybody is going towards tooling and all. I'll probably not talk about tooling. It's just more on the process side, that how what you have to change in you to basically be successful and be a good automation tester, or how would you basically scale yourself up to basically go more horizontal, right? A simple example is something like a majority of companies do this, have this kind of an issue wherein they have stale branches, right? And the more branches you create, the more more you don't know, right, which one to merge, right? And
yeah,
somehow sometimes a bad branch gets merged sometimes, right?
yeah,
So if you do not have proper checks and balances, so how to basically identify those tail branches and tell your developers that, hey, you need to basically clean up
yeah,
your Git repository because it is not making sense, right?
yeah,
Something like, who is committing, who is not committing in your organization. So basically understand the productivity side of the
yeah.
things as well. So all of this we will be covering up in this topic.
Amazing, amazing. I would say some of these insights, guys, from somebody who has been part of the industry from the very beginning, when the testing basically was evolving into an independent services,
Mm,
to the time now, Soumya is part of a large, well-known product company,
mm,
Apple. The insights would be something which you should not miss. This would be one session which goes with the conference theme, which is all about test beyond the obvious. And this test beyond the obvious can only come from somebody like Samya. So I would strongly recommend this session to everybody. And I don't want him to speak more. I want you to attend this conference. I want everybody to be part of his session. But I would like to ask you more questions to you, Samya, if that's okay.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Right. So Soumya, we have seen you from the very beginning, from services industry. Then you basically became a consultant and entrepreneur. You basically provided solutions to exchanges. I know that you gave solutions to BGCX on the performance side. You worked on an NCDXs. You worked for national stock exchanges, Money Matter. You also developed products and solutions. You also developed some utilities, basically open source utilities on Firefox, and you developed scriptless automation tool. Then you work for a large MNC again, and then you work for a startup, and now you are working for a product company. So this amazing journey. Uh, can you give us some insight on how is it now? Do you enjoy it now more than any time else, or do you think that you have that entrepreneurship streak left again, and you want to come back to the other side of the world? Or maybe something else. We would love to hear a little bit more about where you are and how do you feel today.
Got you. So the thing is that Adi, whenever I approached to a problem in beginning on 2005, I think we had very less experience then. But when we started to understand the entire holistic picture of the solution development and all of that, we always took the work and give our best in terms of consulting it basically. So any project that I go, any company that I go, right, I basically take it as a consulting uh, uh,
Assignment. Yeah.
assignment. I don't see it as a job, to be very
Yeah.
frank. So
Yeah.
that entrepreneurship thing is always
Be
is
there.
with,
Yeah, it's there.
is always there in me, and I think will not be able to kill. Like
Yeah.
17 years of experience, hard experience, I still write my own code.
Yeah.
Right? I think you would not, nobody I think would be doing at my level. There are more people managers and all of that, but I take those assignments as a consulting assignment, which intrigued me to basically identify solutions and then dig deeper more
Yeah.
onto the problems. Um, I would say Apple is no different. To be very frank, Apple is a large startup. I would say they work exactly like a startup. Everything is super speedy. Everybody wants result, and whatever you work here is gets noticed. So that's I think is what an individual will always require, that you should get
Yeah.
noticed about the work that you do. There are a lot of problems to get solved um, in a company like Apple, and wherever I've gone, right? And one of the things which I've done in the past is, hey, I know that you don't have problem statement for me. I try to create my own problem statement and then try to
Yeah.
support the business as much as I can. So that I think have been with me. I think after I moved to QA long 2007 or 8,
Mm.
still from then onwards, like I started understanding this entire industry, to be very frank, right? So I do some couple of like things on my own as well, writing. Like I understand that uh, that you need to shorten your cycle time. One of the way that I did it in my past in MNC is to write a chatbot.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
talk to that chatbot and the chatbot will do everything for you.
Yes. Yes.
Starting scheduling a job, to run a test, to give you the results, to tell you the dashboard and all of that as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Great.
pretty
I missed
much
that part. You actually completed your masters in the AI side of things, and then you worked
correct.
on the chatbot startup as well. Amazing stuff. So the entire lineup of things Soumya has done is amazing, guys. So I also know for a fact that when he is not coding and when he is not passionately working for the technology, he is an awesome chef. Okay, I remember he basically satisfying our palates with basically some of these amazing dishes. So Soumya, which is the last dish and when did you cook it? Can you share some more details about it? I want to basically take you away from the technology syndrome here and move you to your other side of things probably people don't know about.
I think now I can cook very much everything, but obviously not the roti thing at all. That I couldn't perfect. Uh, and
You would
obviously
need
there
me
is,
there. I am a
yeah.
chapati
So
maker.
yeah, and I think the another side is that I have not ventured because I know that you are there is the cake thing. Um,
Okay. But
yeah,
Garima makes great cakes, yeah.
correct.
Uh-huh.
So, but other than that, any favorite dish? is what I can
No,
do.
no, my question was little different. I know you can cook everything. So I
Mm.
wanted to know what is the last dish you cooked and when?
So I made a dal fry very recently,
Hmm.
2 days back, and then where I stay, I have my brother-in-law and his friend staying, so we cook here together and then we eat.
And
So
when was the last fish fries or basically the chicken tikkas you?
no, no. So as you are aware that I'm not a fish liker, to be very
Uh,
frank. So
uh,
for me, the staple is the chicken. So
uh,
I cooked it last time when I visited 2 weeks back, 3 weeks back around.
very nice. Good. And
Mm,
how is your like? I know that you are now a father of a beautiful daughter.
yeah,
So how has this new addition changed your life? Can I ask you that? Because I don't get time to converse with you
I
too
know.
much, Samya. So, but we are recording it and I'm loving it. So
I
I just
understand.
want to.
So yeah, that's I would say pretty much a challenging project, to be very frank. So yeah, she makes me feel more energetic. She asks quite a variety of questions and whys and all of that. It's an amazing feeling actually. When I was not a father, I was like was doing all my stuff right. But yeah, so now the thing is that she has added a beautiful tangent to my life and a purpose, to be very frank.
Yeah,
And they are amazing, actually, by the way. They are
yeah.
just amazing. So yeah, it's beautiful. I would
Good,
say.
good. Yeah.
uh, Did
Amazing,
I answer
Soumya.
it?
Yeah, yeah, very nice. So I probably would like to end this conversation now, but don't feel like doing it. I probably would take more time from you later on. Thank you so
Sure.
much for your time. Little hugs. I don't know how to do it on MS Teams. I wish I can really come and give you a tight hug and love you,
Sure.
my brother. Thank you so much for being with us.
Sure.
Look forward for your session.
Sure. Thank you, Adi, for having me
Yeah,
in this conversation.
yeah.